Hello, welcome to another book report. Got a pretty good one here. If I can get I think I did it this way. There we go. Reflection's pretty good there, I think. The Happiest Man on Earth, The Beautiful Life of an Auschwitz Survivor, Eddie Jaku. It's basically his story from birth to age 99, maybe 100. I think he was either 99 or 100 when he wrote most of this. If he's still alive, I know he celebrated his 100th birthday. If he's still alive, he would be 101 now, which is pretty amazing, particularly considering what his body went through when he was in his 20s, early 20s. Holy cow. No, 30s. I guess he would have been 30 when some of the worst of it started. So, anyway, I enjoyed it. I read the whole thing. It's a pretty quick read. I think when I picked it up, I was expecting some real profound wisdom, and I wouldn't quite put it on that level. Um, although it's classic wisdom. I mean, it's really good stuff. But for me, the most compelling thing was just the story itself. Just his ability to survive through some pretty horrendous stuff. Um, Also, and to keep, how he stayed mentally healthy enough to continue to survive. I think that was some of the truest wisdoms, right? So, like, if I ever find myself in horrific conditions, um, I will definitely be remembering a couple of things he shared for sure. Particularly about friendship and maintaining hope, and not giving up hope, even in the most extreme situations, because crazy things do happen, and there are good people everywhere, even in the middle of Nazi Germany. Um, Although one of the more interesting bits actually was kind of more from a historical perspective, like, how easy was it to get around Nazi France? He covered huge sections. He walked from um, where did the British retreat from? Dunkirk. He couldn't. Uh, One of his buddies put on a British uniform and snuck onto a boat at Dunkirk as they were evacuating, but he couldn't do it because the poor kid who the poor dead British soldier that he was trying to get the uniform off of, his stomach was gone and he just couldn't take the uniform off of him. So he just couldn't take the uniform. Um, so he couldn't get on a boat at Dunkirk, and he walked through rural France all the way to a town not far from the Pyrenees, which is basically from one side of France to the other. And on back roads, rural towns, he got help the whole way. He didn't have to beg once. People helped him every step of the way. Of course, the French resistance was one of the stronger. I mean, France did not like German occupation at all. I mean, there were plenty of collaborators, but most people hated the German occupation. But anyway, I had no idea that you could walk that far, and make it and not get caught. Now, he did get caught. Anyway, so interesting stories of moving around Nazi occupied territory, negotiating borders. He did come from a upper middle class, maybe even lower upper class family. It was hard to tell. So some of his family's survival techniques would not have been available to most Jews, in the town he grew up in. Um, but I think middle class and above could have done a lot of what his family did, because he didn't actually get into the camp until 42. Auschwitz. He didn't arrive in Auschwitz till like 42 or 43, I think. And those extra years undoubtedly spared his life. So doing whatever you can to stay out of the clutches of evil governments is worth it. Go to extreme steps to not be put in their gulags and their concentration camps. That could be the real deciding factor. Anyway, fascinating story, inspiring, truly. Of course, the survivors are the ones that do get the extreme. Most people in his situations did not survive, and I'm hearing this because he actually survived, right? So it is long odds, but it's still inspiring. He has a lot of wisdom. I love his attitude, and very enjoyable, quick read. Particularly if you're interested in history or just biography or just how to survive horrors, one horror after another. God. Okay. Until next time, happy reading.